What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back at it today here on NBA 2K24, once again doing a long-awaited rebuild, as today we're going to be doing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're of course on the road to 50,000 subs, and YouTube tells me about 60% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So you do fall in that 60%, want to change that, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, there was a podcast that debuted yesterday. It is over on Blazers Uprise. I was on there with Eric over at Blazers Uprise. If you guys want to go check it out, link to their channel and to the video is down in the description below. It's where I talk basketball outside of just 2K. So if you ever had interest in my opinions outside of just 2K, we finally have that platform. It's over there, and I will be over there once a week on their channel. So I can't thank them enough for the partnership we have for this season. Regardless, today, as I said, we're rebuilding the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shea, Josh Giddey, we know what this team is like. It's a very young, up-and-coming, exciting Thunder team, and they have a ton of draft capital at their disposal. We're getting to the point where I don't know how many rookies are really going to be able to realistically add to this team. Like, it's going to catch up to them eventually. It kind of did this offseason as well, where they had a lot of players on their roster. They might still have, too many players right now. I'm actually not 100% sure. 2K obviously only lets you have 15 players on the roster, but we have the main important ones here. So Shea, Giddey, you guys know who it is. Obviously, Chet got hurt last year, so they get to see him this year for the first time, which is great. So here's your starting five. It's Shea, Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet, and then I don't know how to say this guy's last name, but they did sign him from overseas. 29 years old. He'll be our backup point guard. And Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, and Alexej Pokusevski will be our rotation for the rest of the season. I don't know if there's anybody we need to send to the G League down here. I guess we can send Ousmane Dang down there, and then I guess if Casey Wallace isn't going to play right away, we can send him down there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate year number one. I don't plan on doing anything. I think I just kind of want to see what this Thunder team is going to do. Obviously, with all the draft capital that we have, I could be a buyer at the trade deadline and try to make a big trade. If we do that, I will show you, but I may not rush things. I might just feel it out. We'll see how things go. I'm just going to kind of feel how the vibes are, and then maybe I'll make a big move if we need to. But I'm going to change Mark to a balanced system, and I'll see you guys at the end of year one, or if I do stop at the trade deadline. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player prop site that allows you to choose the overs or unders on the players you love watching. So basically, you just watch a game like normal and also make some picks and choose the overs or unders on the players, like I said, that you like watching. So of course, Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and this is what it looks like when you get on the screen. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine. Obviously, we're still waiting on NBA, but right now the NFL is going on. They have all kinds of stats you can imagine as well. You choose between 2 to 6 players. 2 players is 5 times. Up to 6 players can be 25 times your money. Prize Picks also matches your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. In order to sign up for Prize Picks, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables to sign up. And a tool I'm using this year is DGF's Fantasy Optimizer Tool and Correlation Tool. Basically, they do the math for you. You don't even really have to think about anything. All you have to do is just look at the interface. They'll have some picks for you, and you can go ahead and choose which ones are your favorite, choose the top ones, whatever you want to do. They do the math for you. They show you what's profitable long-term. So in order to sign up for the DGF's Correlation Optimizer Tool, link down in the description below. Use code Crushables when you sign up. Thank you to Prize Picks and DGF for sponsoring today's video. At the end of year one, Jokic wins MVP, Vic wins Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul 6-man, Claxton Defensive Player, and Paul Reed Most Improved, and Luka is your Clutch Player of the Year, and Nick Nurse is your Coach of the Year. So you have All-NBA First Team Jokic, Luka, Giannis, John Morant, and LeBron James. Here's your All-NBA Second Team, as we do get Shea making it, which is great to see. Love to see that. An All-NBA Third Team, All Defensive First Team, and All Defensive Second Team. So we are in the play-in tournament once again. So just like last year, we end up in the play-in spot, which is great. But obviously, this team got in the play-in, and then they got eliminated in the play-in. So it would be really cool if we could find a way to get out of, I'm about to say it again, the play-in and get into the playoffs. So let's see if we can come out here and beat the Lakers. Do we do it? No, we lose. So the Lakers being the 10th seed is also quite surprising, by the way. But unfortunately, we fall short once again, which really, really sucks. But it's all good. It is what it is. So let's see who goes on to win the championship. You're going to have the 76ers and the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies beat the Sixers in 5 games. Now, one thing we do know is the Thunder own draft picks, right? They own future draft picks. So I'm curious to see if we have any top picks in this lottery from other teams. So we're projected Houston and Utah's apparently. Now, I do have to double check if these protections are correct, of course, depending on what we get, but that is it. So we're projected 7 and 8. And we are going to land number 7 via the Rockets, which I know for a fact the Rockets pick is top 4 protected, so we 100% get that pick, which is nice. So I don't even need to research that. I know that on the back of my hand. I know that like that the back of my palm. I don't even know why, I just do. We also have 14, so we have 7 and 14, which is nice. So we get to add another rookie to this team if we really wanted to, or we can go make a trade if we wanted to. There's a lot of different options we can go with here. As far as staff is concerned, I'm going to leave Mark the way he is, and I'm also going to fill out the rest of this coaching staff, and I will show you the next move on draft night. So before we make any big moves here, I'm just going to jump in and draft at 7. I don't even necessarily say that I'm going to keep these guys, but like if we draft them and then maybe keep them around, we could do that, or obviously we could trade them later on. So I see Ron Holland and Isaiah Collier. So I think I'd rather take Ron Holland here just because obviously Isaiah Collier, although he is an absolute stud and I could probably move him for something really good. Actually, let's do it. Isaiah Collier, we're taking him. He's not going to stick around. At 7, we get Isaiah Collier, and then number 14, we have either Adam Bona, Kwame Evans, Mag, Zachary Satcher. I'm going to take Kwame Evans here with this one. So that is going to be our 2 picks in this draft. And we might have had another first, and I wasn't even paying attention, so that's my bad. But we get Collier. We also are going to land Kwame Evans, and we also got Xavier Booker in the second round. So we're going to sign all 3 of these guys. Player options, we're going to... I think I'm going to decline Aaron Wiggins just because I don't think we're going to have enough roster. Actually, I'll accept it just in case. We'll accept it just in case. Qualifying offers, Lenny Waters and Pokuševski are free agents. Do we have cap space, by the way? I'm not sure if we do or not. So one player that I was somewhat interested in signing was Claxton. And we're only $10 million off from maybe being able to give him an offer. Because if we can have our front court of Claxton and Chet, that'd be pretty disgusting. That's kind of where I'm leaning on wanting to go with this. So that is something I'm definitely interested in. If we could find a way to get Claxton on this team, I'm definitely down to do it. Now, the only way I think, well, I could, dump Kenrich Williams and like Trey Mann. So there's definitely some options here of guys I can dump that probably have some value as well. So I think we're going to go ahead and dump Kenrich Williams and then also Trey Mann to free up money because I want to go ahead and try to throw Claxton an offer to bring him on the team. And then we're probably going to figure out what we're going to do with Isaiah Collier because although I could keep him, I don't really want to. I want to trade him as soon as possible. The Bulls are willing to offer me a 2nd round pick for Kenrich Williams, which is great. I also could go ahead and dump Trey Mann on them as well, I think. So although this is terrible value, actually, I don't know if I want to do both. That might be too crazy. So I'm just going to do Kenrich Williams for a second. I think that's fine. And then Trey Mann is also someone, again, that I want to dump because I want to throw an offer at Claxton. I want to get Claxton on this team, and we'll move Chet to the 4. So the Bulls, once again, offer me a first. The Clippers offer me John Kachar, but I need to dump as much money as possible. So Utah is going to offer me a 1st round pick. I don't know if Trey Mann is worth that. I don't have any seconds to give me. We'll go look for another team, but I'm going to dump Trey Mann here if it's the last thing. Or we could also dump this guy instead, who's making $7 million. So let's go dump him instead. Springer in a 2nd round pick. If Philadelphia could just take him on, they could just do that. So we'll do that. 2nd round pick for him. And that should give us the ability to throw Claxton a contract because I want to see if I can get him on the team. So we're going to offer Claxton as much money as we can. And I'm going to see if that gets me him or not. So he has 10 offers and we are going to be his number 1 offer. So Nicholas Claxton, welcome to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now we are going to lose Pokuševski, Oladipo, Sarr, and Lenny Waters, but I can live with that. We're going to lose all of them and we're going to get Claxton as our brand new center on this team. What an upgrade, or not an upgrade, what an addition I should say, because Chet was our starting center, but now we can move him to the 4, which is fantastic. So we move Chet to the 4. He stays the same. Obviously I want his secondary position to still be center, but if he's playing power forward, we have Claxton at the center spot. Yeah, our rim protection is going to be really good. So I'm feeling really good about that. Love that first edition. Now, obviously, we're going to figure out what we're going to do with Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, and I still have Isaiah Collier here. So I still feel like we can make the big move if we want to. I'm going to see if it exists out there. And if not, maybe we just have to keep Collier going into the season. So I am looking to be really good next year, which is why we're trying to make the big move this offseason. There's a couple guys I'm looking at. Anthony Edwards obviously would be amazing. We brought him onto the team. I just don't know if he would request a trade this soon from Minnesota. Like, I just don't really see that happening. So as cool as Anthony Edwards would be, I don't think that's realistic at this point. Another interesting option that I kind of had in my mind was Donovan Mitchell on the Cavaliers. There's always been a lot of rumors about him maybe leaving the Cavs to go to the Knicks, but the problem with that is, obviously, as a Thunder, we're not the Knicks, so I don't know if it makes a ton of sense to go for Donovan Mitchell, and if you were going to leave in a year, then you kind of gave up some assets for Donovan Mitchell. So I don't know if I love that, but that's someone I am leaning towards, which I love the idea of. Another fun option is going to be probably my favorite option. I think the most realistic option out of them all. Of course, Mikal Bridges is cool as well. But my favorite option is Brandon Ingram on the Pelicans. 26 years old, comes onto the team. Obviously, there were some rumors about the Pelicans wanting Scoot Henderson last year, and they were going to be, or I don't know if Ingram or Zion were on the table. Obviously, Zion would be the better prospect or better player to get here, but Ingram would fit much better in our team at this moment. So I'm going to try for Brandon Ingram. Now, I am going to be willing to offer Isaiah Collier. We are going to have to throw Lou Dort in this trade, unfortunately. I feel really bad about this, but to get Brandon Ingram, I think it's going to be worth it. So Lou Dort, Isaiah Collier, and also Trey Mann, and then we're going to have to throw just a little bit more money in here, and Aaron Wiggins could do that. So Collier, Lou Dort, Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins, and 2 draft picks. I'll go the Miami lottery protected and a Jazz or a top 5 protected Philly pick in 2025. Let's see what they say to this. It sucks we had to give up Collier, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Let's see what they say. They agree. We get Brandon Ingram on the team. So we do lose a really good defender and Lou Dort, obviously, but I think at the end of the day, as I said, it's going to be well worth it. So Jalen Williams is going to hit a 6th man role now. He is going to actually go up to an 86. Wow, I had no idea that Jalen Williams went up that much at small forward. Holy moly. I don't even think we needed to trade for Ingram, but whatever. I had no clue he went up that much. That's wild. Okay. So, and we haven't even hit player progression yet. Like, how much is he going to go up after that? Casey Wallace, forgot about him as well. Probably going to be our backup point guard next year. We have Ingram and Jalen Williams now. We have Chet, Ousmane Deng, Booker, and Kwame Evans. And we have Claxton and Jalen Williams. I am going to still sign another center just to be on the safe side. So like a Mo Bamba off the bench, I'll take. We'll have him as a backup 5 here in Oklahoma City. But I think it's safe to say we are looking to be really good next year. That's kind of where we're at with this team. So player progression, let's see. So we have Shea up to a 95, Josh Giddey up to an 88, Jalen Williams up to an 87. Again, I had no clue that Jalen Williams went up that much. Like, literally had no idea. So I don't even feel like we needed to trade for Ingram. If I would have just moved him to small forward to begin with, I don't even know if I would have traded for anybody, because holy moly, I did not actually expect that to happen. Ingram 86, Claxton 84, Chet 81, Jalen Williams up, and then Ousmane Deng and Isaiah Joe up as well. And then Case Wallace up to a 75. So that's really good. If I move Wallace to point guard, does he go up in overall? Usually they go down when you move him to point guard. He stays the same. So we are going to still have him play backup point guard to Shea. Obviously, we do lose Lou Dort. But we do have Case Wallace stepping up in the rotation as a good perimeter defender. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It does suck. Don't get me wrong. But I think getting Ingram was cool. But again, if I knew Jalen Williams was going to up that much, I don't even know if I would have worried about Brandon Ingram. I think I would have just kind of chilled. I think I would have stayed put. And I wouldn't even have worried about drafting Isaiah Collier either. We could have just either kept him or did whatever. But obviously, this next coming draft class, as we know, is going to be the Cooper Flag draft class. I don't know if we're going to have any guys. So, like, Brandon Ingram is going to start the 4. They're going to have Chet come off the bench. That's what they want to do. I'm not opposed to it. I guess that's fine. Ideally wanted Chet and Claxton to start together because the defense down low would be insane, but they feel differently, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. I'll leave it. It's whatever. Proficiency, 4.5 balance. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that we are going to be a really, really good team this year, hoping for a lot of good things. We'll see you guys at the end of year 2. At the end of year number 2, Ja Morant wins MVP. Collier is your rookie of the year on the Pelicans. Obviously, we did give him up, but at the end of the day, we had Shea and Josh Giddey, so we didn't really have room for him anyway. Jaden Hardy, 6th man of the year on the Mavericks. Defensive player goes to Evan Mobley. And then most improved goes to Dyson Daniels, Levine, clutch player of the year. And Quinn Snyder, coach of the year for the Hawks. So here's your NBA first team. Do we get like a Shea appearance? Yeah, on all NBA second team. I would have loved to see them like all NBA first team. But we get Josh Giddey making it, which is cool to see. 22 and 8 from him this year and 9 assists. And then here's your all defensive team. So do we get Claxton making it again? Don't think so. So no Claxton this time around, but all rookie first team and all rookie second team. So we finished up as the first team in the West. I don't think anyone should be too surprised by that. I mean, we had a really good team on paper. 31 from Shea, 23 from Ingram, and 22.5 from Josh Giddey, and then 15 from Jalen Williams, who's up to an 88 overall, man. That's insane. Chet with 12, and then 10 from Isaiah Joe, 7 from Claxton, and 5 from Casey Wallace, 5 from Ousmane Deng, and then 5 from Mo Bamba. So do we go on to win a championship this year is the question, right? Let's see if we do. So they still have Chet coming off the bench. I mean, Chet is a fantastic 6 man for this team. Obviously, eventually he's going to start. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with Ingram. I mean, I think we'll re-sign him. I don't want to let him walk for nothing, but there's a chance we win a championship this year. So I could technically end the video on that, but we'll see. Obviously, it remains to be seen whether or not we will win it. So we get the Lakers around 1. They have Gabe Vincent, Reeves, LeBron, Vanderbilt, AD, Hachimura, Dario Saric, Jalen Schifino, and Montrezl Harrell. Somebody current round against the Lakers, and we are going to go up 3-2 on them and beat them in 6. We are on to the second round. to play the Memphis Grizzlies. So if we take a look at our strong rotation, everyone's fully healthy. They're going to have Ingram come off the bench now and Chet and Claxton start together, which I'm totally okay with. I don't know if Ingram's a 6-man guy, but you know what? We're doing it. Tobias Harris at the 3, Smart, as a 6-man. Adams, Jaren Jackson, John Morant. So it should be a tough series here. Somebody current round, and we are going to have Jalen Williams get hurt. The Jalen Williams with an I, and we end up beating the Grizzlies in 5. So we're on to the Western Conference Finals, and now we get to see how we're going to do against the Warriors. So the Warriors have Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Kuminga, Kevon Looney, Chris Paul, Draymond Green, Garuba, and Chuma Okeke. So a very good team in, obviously, Golden State or in California, whatever you want to say. And then Jalen Williams, I didn't realize was getting like heavy minutes for us, but that's fine. So let's see if we can beat the Warriors and go to the finals in year number 2. Somebody current round, he is back, and we are going to beat the Warriors, and we swept them as we get to play the 76ers. Shea representing the Western Conference Finals MVP there, and then obviously Joel Embiid won it there. All right, game 1, 1-0 start, 119 and 114. 31 from Embiid, and then 30 from Shea. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 3-0, and that might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know it was going to be that easy, or I guess I should have had an idea that it was going to be this easy to rebuild the Thunder, but it's cool that it was. So I think, do we keep going in this video? I don't know. Like, I guess we could go for a 3-peat if we wanted to, unless we're going to lose here, which we might. I was thinking about jumping in and ending the video, but let's go again. Let's go at least one more year. Why not? Because we've only been doing 2 seasons. So Shea, Finals MVP, we win a championship right away, which is cool. So LeBron James is retired Laker. Lottery night might actually be entertaining as well. I actually have no idea if we have anybody's projected lottery pick here. We definitely have, it looks like 2. We're projected the Clippers and the Jazz. I would have to do some research on whether or not I think they definitely have the Clippers pick, obviously, but the Jazz, I'm not 100% sure what the protections are on that. But let's see what happens. So Rockets get 1 and 3. So they're going to get Cooper Flag and then whoever else, but we have 8 and 9. So I'm going to go ahead and double check on the Jazz pick to see if it has any protections on it. Pretty sure they're supposed to have the Clippers pick, obviously, but other than that, I don't think we have anybody else's pick. Obviously, we still have like ammunition to make like another big trade if we really wanted to, which would be kind of wild if we did go that route. So you have 8 and 9, and then look at all the other futures. We have 3 future picks in 2026. And then 2 in 2027, 1 in 2028. So I guess the draft picks are starting to run out a little bit, but we still have some. So I'm going to obviously re-sign Mark, and then I'll see you guys on draft night. I got to make sure we are able to, or I got to make sure that Jazz pick actually belongs to us or not. It turns out that Jazz pick was, in fact, like top 10 protected, so it doesn't actually belong to us. It goes back to them. So we only have the Clippers pick in this draft at number 9. So we're just going to go ahead and drafted number 9. And honestly, for these 3 second-round picks, I don't really think I have the room to add 3 second-round rookies. So I'm going to trade for future seconds here. So we'll take the Cavs seconds. But let's go ahead and see if we get a number 9 in this 2025 draft class. We got Aaron Bradshaw, 76 overall. Welcome to the team, my friend. We got a brand new backup 5 potentially for the future. Cooper Flag goes to the Rockets. They also get Dylan Harper. So Houston's young core is looking even better. Player options, we have Jalen Williams, Chet, Case Wallace, Dang, Xavier Booker, going to accept all those. And then Josh Giddey, big free agency. And then Brandon Ingram, also a free agent who we traded for. I was wondering if we could sign Giannis. But Ingram, of course, we don't want to just let him go for nothing. We give up a lot of assets to get him back. So Giddey, obviously Brandon Ingram, we're going to re-sign him. And Isaiah Joe, I want to re-sign him as well. So signing all 3 is a no-brainer, in my opinion. Get all 3 of them back. So all 3 are taken care of. And then, Jason Tatum's a free agent right now. Obviously, we don't have the money for that anymore. But we have the money to sign someone else, but I don't even think we need to. I think we have plenty of roster spots right now that we're chilling. Yeah, we got so many guys, we don't even need to sign anybody else in free agency. So I don't think we're going to do anything else. We're going to keep Ingram for as long as Jalen Williams is on his rookie contract, which actually I guess is 1 more year. I don't know if I would trade Ingram. I guess we'll see in the future. But let's go to player progression, and let's see how much everyone else goes up. If there's even more development or not. So player progression, we're going to have Josh Giddey to a 90, Jalen Williams to an 88, 87 Ingram, 85 Chet, 85 Claxton, and 79 Jalen Williams, 78 Casey Wallace, 78 Dang, 78 Isaiah Joe, 77 Mo Bamba. So all around, this team is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go for the back-to-back, and we're going to see if we can go win a championship in back-to-back years. And then if I feel like it, maybe we go for the 3P, or I might just end it off on the back-to-back. It just kind of depends on how close it is. If like we sweep the competition, then maybe we should run it back again. But if like we struggle, then I'll just take my second championship and call it a day. So I'll see you guys at the end of year number 3. So at the end of year 3, Mark wins Coach of the Year, 60-22. So we do crack this 60 win mark as we have Shea making All-NBA second team. So does Josh Giddey. So you love to see that. And then that's it. Offense first team. Do we get like a Chet appearance or something like that? We do get Chet. So Chet makes one up to an 86 overall, which is fantastic to see. Once again, we are the first seed in the Western Conference. Claxton is hurt at the moment. Ingram off the bench, you know, just an absolute like expensive 6-man, averaging 19 points per game. So yeah, that's kind of funny. But we had to play the Dallas Mavericks in round 1. They have Luka, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, but Mitchell with Luka is interesting. And the Kogi O'Neal, Royce O'Neal. Sorry, I just like combined their first and last name. That was weird. Lively, Grant Williams, Green, Landry Shamet, McNeely, and then Olivier Maximans Prosper. Which, by the way, as I'm recording this, Mavericks Timberwolves preseason game on in like an hour, which is kind of cool. But somebody come around against Luka Doncic to the Mavericks. We have Jalen Williams getting hurt, which is not great. But we are going to beat them in 5. So even with the injuries, we still beat them in 5. Obviously, Ingram can step up in that spot if, you know, Jalen Williams did get hurt, but he's still playing through it. So we're good there. And now I get the Warriors. So we beat last year. So respectfully, I think we should be able to do it again. I guess you never know. Somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 5 as well. And now we get the Timberwolves. So Minnesota, they got Wagner, Edwards, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert. Somebody current round against them. Josh Giddey out for the season. Oh my goodness, we lost 2 guys for the season. Holy moly. Okay. Well, I guess Giddey's playing through it somehow. Brandon Ingram is definitely out for the season. So this is no walk in the park. Although, obviously, we have a really good starting 5 even without Ingram. And our depth is not bad either. So I still think we have a good chance here. Josh Giddey is going to play through the injury, I guess. I thought he was out for the season, but I guess he's going to toughen through it. Now, this is a relatively close game 5. But we are going to win it. 108-128. Even with an injury, Giddey's out there just slaying through it. And now we go to a game 6 in Minnesota to see if we can find a way to close them out here and go to the finals back-to-back years. And we are going to do just that. 123-117. And now we get to play the Knicks or the Magic. And that is going to be the Orlando Magic of Paulo Banchero as their conference finals MVP. He's absolutely a stud. They got Kyrie Irving. So Anthony Black, Kyrie Irving, Edwards, Paulo, Wendell Carter, OG Anunoby, Jonas Valanciunas. So the last friend's Wagner, unless he's hurt. No, he's out. He's out. He's off the team. So game 1, they go up 1-0. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, 3-1. And game 5, just like that, we win another championship. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your finals MVP once again. Wow, the injuries piled up big time. We lost Claxton and Ingram for the season. Josh Giddey obviously played through it, but he had that injury throughout the rest of the season. I think we go for the 3-peat, right? I think we go for the 3-peat. I mean, we've gotten 2 back-to-back. The team is going to stay exactly the same. So I'm going to run it back. Same squad. And we're going to go for the 3-peat. So here is your final season. Once again, first seed in the Western Conference. Here were your stats across the board. So obviously we're looking to just get the 3-peat here. That's kind of what we're here for. And we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to click Select around every single round because I have nothing to lose. We've already won 2 championships in this video. So, you know, getting the 3-peat is just a sweetener in my opinion. So somebody current round against the Pelicans. Shea gets hurt, which is not great, but we do still sweep them. He's fully healthy now. So now, get the Lakers. The Lakers have Brogdon, Quickly, Lou Dort, AD, Walker, Kessler. Pretty good front court. Solid all-around team, but still think we're better. Somebody current round. Aaron Bradshaw is fully back now, and Jalen Williams gets hurt. But we still beat them in 5. And now we get the Rockets, who have a really good young core. They just added Cooper Flagg to this team and Dylan Harper. So, yeah, could be in a tough one here. We'll see how this goes. Somebody current round. Chet's out for the season, not ideal. But we are going to beat them in 6. We're still in the finals. We get the Cavaliers, who have Garland and Oladipo, and then Mitchell. Doesn't look like he's on the team anymore. We get a 3-peat here, and Claxton out for the season, and we still won the championship regardless with all the injuries that piled up. So there is your 3-peat. Chet and Claxton, both of our defensive front court players, get hurt, but at the end of the day, our team was just too good. So we're going to end it off on that note. 3-peat is successful. Thank you guys for watching as always. Obviously, a relatively easy rebuild with all the assets the Thunder already had. And, you know, Fredo Casabase and Claxton was all we really needed. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you on the next video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.